This is the Not So Sober podcast.
Welcome back into another episode of the Not So Sober podcast, man. Y'all know how we do it. We got another special guest up in the studio today, man. A dude, he kind of figuring himself out right now. He dipping his feet into a little bit of everything. He got some end goals set in mind right now, but he mainly the one that's helping everybody out. Kind of producing, he just got a real creative mind, man. We got Tonio Travis over here, man. Like I said, he kind of dabbling into everything right now, but he got some end goals set in mind. Go ahead and tell everybody what you dealing with, what you got going on, man.
Yeah, so I've been kind of tapped into like the local scene more. I feel like I've had more homies now or people who I grew up with, and I'm realizing that, hey, they make music too. So I kind of been, being more close to them, then approaching them more. Hey, what do you guys do? Where are you guys going? Where's the next music video? Let me join.
Right.
And then from there, I'll be like, all right, let me show you guys some things. And then after, like, the beginning times when I was to show everybody, right, I can kind of see they, like, kind of brush me off.
Right,
didn't believe it.
Well, you don't know what you're doing.
But then I feel like after some time being around them and kind of explaining or showing them what I can do at that spot or the time, they're like, oh, shoot, like, you got something going on, or well, also tag team with whatever you do.
Right.
So, like, it's kind of, I feel like I got a lot of resources now. Like, homie resources, you feel me? Like,
Hell
if
yeah.
I need to go to a studio, I know where to go. I need a couple rappers. I need to know who to hook. You know what I mean? Get the hook up from.
Yeah, because you make beats and shit, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you doing everything, making beats, helping with the music videos, all types of shit. So, that's what's up. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of artists don't realize how much they need those extra minds, you know? Because, again, like an artist... Artists, yeah, they can rap, but do they have the visuals for their music video? Because, you know, TZ over here, he a photographer. So he always talking to everybody, just want to do it up against a brick wall in an alley or something. Like, you need somebody with the visuals to go along with your music, because standing against a brick wall just ain't it all the time.
You can do that once or twice, but you can't keep doing that every video.
Like, you can, like, I feel like you can be really good at what you do, a good craftsman, you know what I mean, and so on. But if you don't shine what you got going on, it's not going to stand out.
Right.
The point is to stand out, and once you stand out, whatever you are making will be attracted, you know what I mean, right after, you know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
I'll look back for that. And maybe you got one view, right, from last year. Then you're popping right now, people could look back, that's going to elevate, like, that viewership, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Yeah. That's that's in the main industry and everything. That's exactly how it works. Yeah. So, I mean, and then it also works with other artists too, you know, bouncing off of other artists and whatnot. When somebody make a remake of their music or whatever, then you always going to go back to that original because it done reminded you of it now.
Yeah.
So, but having that person, though, like I was saying, to give the actual visuals for the video or somebody to create the beat, because again a lot of rappers don't understand the amount of people it takes to, because anybody, oh yeah, I'll be a rapper, you know, they hop on YouTube, find them a quick little beat or whatever, you know, however they want to do it. But to have somebody on demand that can just make them something, that's dope. So
because like you say, if you find a beat off of YouTube and you put your vocals in or whatever, no matter how it's mixed, to me it sounds like a beat with words. But then once you kind of have like understanding, all right, layer this, add some ad libs, sing behind this, you know what I mean, add some sauce to it,
right,
it makes it stand out. Now it's a song.
Hell yeah.
But I feel like sometimes people kind of confuse like the doing that part to like just leave it. Plain and simple works though, like, you know what I mean, either or. But there's some people that you need that extra oomph, you know what I mean?
I feel like all of them. I wouldn't even say some people. I say all artists need that. Like, whether you singing, rapping, you know.
You need some extra in the background, you know?
Yeah. Let's say even if I'm singing in the background, he's singing behind me. He doesn't do anything that's within the same, you know what I mean? But add some more sauce to it.
Right.
It's like a creative process.
Hell yeah. So what made you decide, or how'd you end up in this kind of field? I know you said your homies or whatever, but like, what made you decide to take this approach on life?
So without a doubt, I feel like from the years of like 2019 to like maybe right now, I'm going through some things like earlier on that 2019 and a little bit up from there, and then kind of like isolating and being by myself. It's helped a lot to kind of figure out what I like to do and so on. And for sure, it was music and art. And then I had a homie who was making beats at the time, or he bought a beat DAW. How is it called, DAW?
It's a what is it called?
I think it's called Program DAW or something like that.
Yeah.
But he had Ableton, I believe. And then from there, he's like, why don't you just download GarageBand on your phone?
Right.
You can, you know, you can try loops and so on. That's what I did, and then boom, that's how I learned it.
Hell yeah.
But it's always been from like being around the people who are involved in that, who have helped me kind of elevate.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't get like the guidance or
right.
like the right, hey, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's for everybody though. You know, that's one of the big things that we kind of take for granted is the advice we get from people. You know, because a lot of us, man, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. But like, if you actually listen to what somebody else is telling you, because like they say all the time, you can learn something from everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether you learn not to do something because they did something stupid, or you learn, dang, he making bread off of this. I know I can do that now. You know, like you learn something from everybody, and if you ain't learning something every single day, you doing something wrong.
Bro.
For real, every single day you can learn something.
Doesn't matter where, any field, any place.
Exactly. So what was your kind of? I mean, you can talk about it if you want to. You ain't got to. What was kind of your upbringing? Like, were you around music growing up, or was it just recently, or like?
So without that, my folks, even like my uncle, they were so involved into like the 80s music, like the rock and roll, even from like, I have like a Hispanic background or Latino background.
Okay.
And so there's like cumbia, bachata, merengue. And then from listening to all that, and then like rock, like you see these Latino looking people to rock, you know what I mean? It doesn't really make sense sometimes, you know? But I'm like, damn, like, okay, they don't even speak too much English that well, you feel me?
Right.
And they're out there vibing to that.
Hell yeah.
And then as a kid growing up and seeing them, they look like rock stars. Like they were meant to be in like tours and shit,
right,
you know what I mean?
right,
stages and shit, from like the way that they were dressing up.
Yeah.
But I feel like that has inspired a lot, like of the name of like the image of what I'm trying to go for right now.
Okay.
Hasn't really reached there yet because I'm still building.
Right. For sure. You know, nothing gonna happen over the night, and it might take 10 years for something to really happen, you know, but the best thing is, you know, don't rush it and never give up on it.
Yeah.
For real. Never rush it, because once you rush something, you find all them loopholes in there. That's like all these young artists or whatever, you know, they trying to make it, but when you new in the game, and you might be dope, so you gonna get a record deal, but it's gonna be for $500,000, but you stuck with them for 10 years at that $500,000 or whatever. You
gotta
know,
give them 3 albums.
Yeah,
three
you know,
really
like,
nice albums where they can make a million off of you each album. So
right.
It ain't, you know.
And a lot of people, you know, if you ain't got that proper guidance, the proper people in your corner, you know, that's slowing you down to keep you from taking them deals. Because a lot of people, I mean, like where I come from, $500,000, that's a lot of motherfucking money. And all you got to do is continue doing what you like doing, but then you realize how much they cutting you.
That's what I was doing. Yeah, that's true.
So if you just keep grinding at that shit, like a lot of people we done had on here always talking, you know, they gonna got a couple deals or whatever, but they, you know, just when you new in the game, you can't accept them cheap deals like that, because they gonna get you cheap, and then you gonna blow up. But they got you cheap. But they making bread off of you.
Like with the beats I made, right? A lot of the homies wanted to take it for their own thing.
Right.
I was like, I know I cannot let them do that. I just need them to come to like, because I don't think that anyone would trust into like a local producer giving themselves to, you know what I mean, to that. They'd rather have it for themselves, you feel me?
For sure.
So like I try to like stay like with the ground, like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, please. Like, make sure, you know what I mean, try to work something out, bread with bread. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's like, I'll give you this, or I'll help you out with this if you make sure that we're going to stay good on this.
Hell yeah.
Like the project I got, like how you talking about perfection, it's been like already since like 4 years trying to make it and so on.
Yeah. And
first it was just like me doing it by myself. And I'm like, no, this ain't going to sound good by me, you know what I mean, just me. So I had to take it to more professional places to kind of get it mixed better and so on.
Right. Yeah, have some different... having more minds on one thing, you know, putting different brains on it, you know, just again, back to the whole music videos and all of that, like having them different brains to bring in different perspectives on everything, you know, because there's...
So you can make something great.
Yeah. Like, you can't just be so small-minded. Everybody... The biggest problem is people need to realize there's enough money in this world everybody can eat.
Everybody to get 1% is making most of the money anyway.
They printing money as we speaking, you know. So if you willing to let other people into your project, into whatever, to help make it bigger and everybody eat off of it, you gonna have so much of a better outcome compared to just you doing it for 10 years. Get a couple different people on there and do it for 10 years and see the difference you make out of it.
But you also gotta remember, you can't let everybody come.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. That's the hardest part.
Because you're gonna definitely have,
because it's gonna be motherfuckers that can see the potential and be like, oh, I'm about to hurry up and just hop on the bandwagon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I could try to make some money too. You gotta know the good people. You know what I'm saying? The people that got real, actual good intentions, and just the ones just trying to get a free ride.
Right,
you know?
right.
That's the hard part.
So, do you got any, like, I know you said like your uncles and everybody, they was into music, but are any of them any artists at all? No. You ain't got no artists in your family or nothing. They just like music.
Yeah, just like all of them pretty much from that side like music.
Hell yeah.
And I feel that's how like me and my siblings and like cousins that go around like super close. You know what I mean? From watching them, it for sure has passed on to us. Where we listen to that too.
Okay. So what kind of, I guess since you said they was into like the 80s rock and roll, and you know what is your genre, or are you kind of all over the place?
To be honest, if it's not rock, it's either like rap, what you know what I mean, like Metro, Travis, Kanye, Drake, you know what I mean?
Right, so not like drill rapping or nothing, not like Lil Durk or whatever, but like...
There's a side that I would stay away from because I feel like I can't relate to like Durk and...
For sure.
And what's the babies and all that.
Right, I love that you said that, or because like you being
Trons.
honest with yourself. You're not trying to fit into that crowd. I hate that when people do that, is when they try and fit into the crowd of being something they not. Yeah. When you talking on you know, you rapping, talking about selling drugs, shooting people, doing this, robbing this, doing whatever, and you're not. Yeah. When you're not about that life, but you're just trying to create that image, you know.
It's okay that you're not.
And it's perfectly fine. There's nothing you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be doing none of that. So, but I'm glad you said that, because again, like I said, a lot of people try and fit that fake image. So that's what's up, man. So have you done anything no, I'm not going to say recently, but period, like that you've been real proud of?
Yeah. So recently we dropped a music video, and with that, it's my beat, right? And it's going to the same project I was telling you guys about. It's one of the homies I have. His name is Benset. He used to be J-Ro, so I feel like we both have like a what's the word, comparison, where he used to be J-Ro, he used to be YH.
Right.
But now we elevated to he's Benset, now I'm Tonio Travis.
Hell yeah.
And we both come from like the same culture, you know what I mean? So it's more representation, because I haven't really met. We're Salvadorian, you know what I mean? Well, now you guys don't know what I mean, but like Salvadorian is like some part right there, like in Central America, and I don't really see too much representation at all. Okay. So having him and then having my family in the music video too, right? It's like it felt good, you know.
Hell
like
yeah.
A lot of connection with one another.
Hell yeah. I feel like when there's an actual story that go into that music too, you know, the video and everything, your actual thought got put into it.
Yeah, I was a lot of. I mean, I wasn't allowed, but I chose the places. You know what I mean? I make sure that everyone was on point. Texted them every day to make sure do this, do that. Right. Make sure you say this, don't do that. I was like opposed to having like weed being smoked on it, but they already did it, so I was like, all right, just let it roll out, because there's a scene where he said a whole lot of weed and a whole lot of liquor. So I was like, all right, it makes sense for him to kind of smoke on that part.
For that part, yeah. But you know, again, like you were saying, it ain't got to be the whole thing, though. You know, so that make a lot of sense right there. Is there anything you did that you wasn't so proud of, like you wish you could have redone, or?
I feel like a lot of the mixing, like from when I first started, I met this homie that I went to middle school with. I feel like all of them I went to middle school with. Okay. I didn't know him until, you know what I mean, a little bit later on. Right. But his name is Dre Day Machiavelli. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
That dude sounds real familiar.
I feel like I've heard of that now.
But I remember he was posting some music stuff, right? And I told him, hey, bro, I have the program. Let me record you. Even though I didn't have it, bro. I lied. Like, I tried to get my foot, you know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's what you do.
And then I found a program that the FL Studio is a trial version of it. And I used that. And then that's what we worked with until I actually got it. Okay. And then after that, then him and I would just mix, record. And I would make beats from scratch from him. And then he would be on them. Right now we're on this, like, Cali Girls. So it's a part 1, part 2, part 3. Has the same type of feel of a beat, but they all sound different. Okay. And then the first one's him. Second one has like 2 other artists with him. And the third one is him with a different approach with like somebody at the end. So it's like a little creative, you know what I mean? Right. It's like through my brain, but through his words, you feel me?
Right. Hell yeah. That's what's up. That you got that connection that you could kind of
Yeah.
that your brain works the way that you can put it out in a way that somebody else can take it and actually put it in words. You know, because it take a lot of having the visual and being able to make it something take a lot. So being able to
Yes,
have
it
that
does.
person that y'all can put your ideas together and make something happen like that. That's dope as fuck.
Like if I can do rapping and singing, like I would try to do it on my own, but I feel like it kind of blocks. You know, I don't know how to explain it. Where you're too focused on this, so when you do something of your own, it's like vision is blurry.
Yeah.
And then maybe if somebody recorded me, it would probably be opposite. But I just can't do it alone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I mean, there's a place for everybody in the game, you know.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be a singer, a rapper, or whatever to be able to fit into the music industry because, again, you need the producers, you need the, what is it?
Engineers, the
Producer,
studios.
engineer. I mean, yeah, you need all of that, you know. So, like, pick your spot. And if you don't, if you don't feel, I want to be out there singing. I'll tell you right now, I can do whatever, but you ain't about to catch me out there singing, rapping, no none of that.
I done heard Caleb before. He dope.
No, I'm not. Don't
He
ever
dope.
lie to these people.
Caleb dope. He got a little flow. He do. You really do. Though.
I mean, I can get a little flow, but like, I gotta be a bottle or two in order to get some flow. Okay. So we kind of talked about it a little bit. What's your end goal? You know, like I said at the beginning, you kind of dibbling, dabbling, but you got kind of an end goal that you're trying to reach. What is that end goal of?
Without a doubt, the end goal is to finish that project where I know it's the way I want it, you know what I mean? So it looks cool if it's uploaded, you know, when you look at Spotify, Apple Music, you can see it.
Right.
Like, that's the goal right there.
Okay.
And knowing that I have different people, or, you know what I mean, tapping into that. And then the goal is to have, like, 5 music videos in total, so knock down one, and trying to make my way to the others to find a day where we all plan it out.
Right.
And they're all supposed to be, like, connected, like a whole story. Like, it's like an era, you feel me?
Okay.
The FC era, that's what I call it.
Hell yeah. So what about career wise? You know, you making beats and doing all of this. Like, is that your goal line for a career? Is to be a producer or engineer or?
I feel like a creative. Like, say anything I put my mind to and it works. Like what I've been seeing lately is Cole Bennett. I don't know if you guys heard of Cole Bennett.
I don't think so. That don't ring a bell.
He
no.
has like something about lemonade something.
Mm-hmm.
But he does like the visuals, the creative mind behind it, and then he just puts on. I mean, he's working with like crazy rappers that I'm like, damn, like his visuals are insane.
So you want to be kind of more like on the
like that with the
director
producer.
side,
Yeah.
kind of like, okay.
It's like make the beats, make the music, make sure I know what I wanted, have them come in and figure out what needs to be done. Like
Right.
that. That'd be a cool career right there.
Hell yeah. So you ain't been in the game for too long, but is there anybody like, I don't know about famous, but like who's your favorite person you worked with so far?
Without a doubt, Dre Day Machiavelli.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've learned a lot. And when I first showed him the beats I had, because they were in the vault, I didn't really think I was going to put any stuff out. He heard them like, damn, bro, you can make shit. And then from that is when I started to kind of make more. And then by being with other homies, you know what I mean? It was kind of a process of kind of understanding what I'm doing. Like from learning from one thing from one guy and applying it to the next session or you know what I mean? I feel like it's helped a lot just being around all these people.
Yeah, getting everybody else's opinion on everything.
Like with Bobo, he films for my stuff, you know what I mean? He edits like the videos. He does all like the shine promotion of it. And then I don't know, I feel like he's also starting on how to do all that, but he's getting better. His main deal is a rapper. He's Bobo the Bread Boy.
Okay.
But he also has like the side gig where he makes his bread off of it. And he has a whole team behind him, and people will go with him to here and there. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Very humble person too.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
What else was I about to ask? So besides the project you working on now, do you got a project that you want to work on in the future? Something that you kind of visioning in the back of your head as you working on this? You got any other visuals you?
Let's see. Right now, Cali tapes. So like my bad. Cali tapes is like editing the voices and the hooks and making sure that everything's all equalized and putting new stuff around the beat, you know what I mean, to make it stand out.
Right.
And then I'm planning to put them all three and then book a session to do the third one because the homie now is singing on it.
Okay.
Because originally I made like a intro was like 40 seconds long, right? And I was listening to Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny always has like the exaggerated intros where it sounds like something from heaven about to happen and
Right.
it drops. And then he's like, hey, why don't you put that with the the Cali Girls Part 3 beat together? I was like, all right, bro. And then I put them together. He sung, you know what I mean, on the beginning part. And then he started to do like the rapping. And it changed it up. Like
Right.
he added some sauce to it for sure. And then from the other two, it sounded different. But I don't know how to explain it. But his sauce, his creative process is just fast.
Okay.
He would just tap into it, and he would just, I don't know. His way of doing it is just insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how, because he got a mixtape he dropping this year.
Shit.
At
Right.
the end of the year.
Yeah.
End of the year, beginning of next year.
In the on the intro, he got it. It's called have you told everybody what it's called yet?
Going with A.A. Monet?
The album, period.
Oh, yeah.
You've put that out there. I was gonna say I don't want to be dropping
No,
nothing.
No. I've been telling people. Yeah.
It's called Sophisticated Thugs.
Alright.
So it's gonna be a 2-part album. You know, the first part you got the sophisticated, the 9 to 5, but the second half you got more of the street, the thug or whatever. So in the intro, he's rapping and talking a little bit, but he got somebody that does poetry that we've had her on here, A Monet. And she was able to put poetry into the intro. Fire, bro. Listening to the poetry in there just sends tingles down your spine.
When does that drop, you said?
Either end of this year, beginning of next year.
Maybe at the end of this, I'll make him give you a little dose of it, because that shit, just because you know you in that, so you can, again, she moved to Vegas though, so she not here, but you know you could still get the feel of it, or kind of how he went with it, and you could use that in your field or whatever.
It's really dope.
Yeah, it's dope
that's
as
my
fuck.
favorite
And I
shit
don't know
so
what it
far.
is, but me personally, I love the fact of having something soft to start off a rap. Go crazy. Having a soft girl voice in there saying something, singing, doing whatever, and then you get to rapping or singing or whatever. It goes nuts.
One thing I would like to kind of, let's say maybe with more down the line and more people around me and so on, but I would like to put more like R&B, more like a guy rapping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A female singing.
Yeah.
I don't see too much of that like right here.
You don't see it no more.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know-
not
I
a
don't know any
thing like
female
that no more.
singers here, but I would like to meet.
Tune
got-
into the podcast.
We got
We done
some
had, what, 3 of them?
I think so.
We done
About
had like
3.
2 or 3 of them out here, at least, at bare minimum. One of his best friends is a singer, amazing singer.
That's what I need. Like, that'd be-
Karen Marche.
that'd be
I was
nice.
like, I almost said Kiki. I had to stop.
Karen Marche. We don't want to get beat up. Karen Marche.
Kiara Marche. She, we had her on here not too long ago. Amazing singer. And you know, we kind of, obviously we do the podcast and we promote that type of stuff. So we can, our biggest thing is too, and I be trying to tell people about it, is collab with whoever we have on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what this platform is for, is to bring people
Send
awareness
messages.
to other people. So if you see somebody if you watch through our episodes, we got like 11 or 13 of them on there now, something like
got
that.
13, 14.
So if you go through them and you see a rap, because all of them, like I said, all artists, we make them rap, sing, whatever. So you get a taste of what they can do.
And
So
if you like it, hit them up. Find them up on Facebook or whatever
for real.
that thing
and
is.
connect with people, bro, because
That's what we want. That's what we want. We want people to come with good projects and stuff. You know, you got your project. If you hit her up or something, like, we just gonna use her. You hit up Kiara Marche up and like, hey man, I got this beat. I just wanna hear what you got. Yeah, I just want a female to sing. I just want to hear what you got to it. Just make like a quick, a little quick intro part to it, or a quick chorus to it. She might throw you a quick one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And then you could be like, oh, I like that. Hey, can I get you in the studio?
Right. But even still, though, I do get what he's saying though about the R&B. You got to think, how many R&B singing dudes is in Omaha?
I don't know.
I know a few.
But most of, I mean, if you know a few, that's great.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I don't know a whole. I'm saying like I don't know a whole lot, but I know a few though.
but everybody want to be drill rapping and rapping about the streets and this and that.
A lot of
and
people want
like,
to be rappers.
but so to be able to find somebody that can do something like that, if that's what you want to do, we can definitely, you know, open
Send
up the
you
window
right
to
way,
a lot
yeah.
of people for real. That's exactly what we trying to do on
I
here.
can at least point you to the right direction. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. That'd be nice. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So I mean, hey, I love that you trying to put a lot of different things. You open minded, but you still true to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you open minded, but you're not open minded to the wrong stuff at the same time.
I feel like I'm aware. You know what I mean? Like not too aware just yet, but like let's say if something's off, you immediately know like, hey, don't do this, don't get near, don't be messing with these people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. Keep that
for real.
Keep that gut feeling, because like I was saying earlier, you gotta know who
to bring around and who not
who to bring around at the right times and who not to, because it'll be people that'll break you down from the inside. You know, because you can start having stuff going right and then let that one person come in, they start shit with everybody, and then everything just break down, and then you like, damn, this all happened when I let this person come in, you know, like. So even if they do have okay intentions, sometimes they just not the right person for the team, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing to keep in, you know, keep that gut feeling.
Right. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Tonio Travis here from YH Studios. Recently, we just dropped a music video under the YH page on YouTube. It's starring the homie Ben Set. He's the one who does the performance. You got cameos from Ace, YH2, DYH, and Tonio Travis. YH is the one who produced the beat. Check it out.
All right, y'all, we back at it, back in here.
Yeah.
We was kind of talking over intermission though right here, and we kind of got a little deeper into some things, talking about some different projects, trying to get people to collab on some things. But the thing that kind of interests me a little bit is the way your mind is working. That shit is crazy. You know, we just played one of them little snippet of TZ's intro, and the way he was able to break it down, and immediately when he started hearing it, he was like, I would add this to it. I would add a little bit of this and, you know, get this in there to kind of bring it a little more attention, a little more vibe to it. Shit's crazy. How do you personally feel you came up with that? Like you kind of, well, not just that instance, but like, is it just being around it enough? Is your mind started working that way, or has your mind always worked that way of being able to break it down like that? And
I don't know. I feel like since I kind of tapped into the music part, you start to kind of wake up more on it.
Yeah.
Like, I recently saw this. I don't know if it was a show or if it was the movie, but Selena. Y'all heard of Selena?
Yeah.
Selena.
So there's a part where the dad was trying to teach the kids how to play these instruments. He said, if you're a musician, you're able to break it down. You hear what the drums are, bass are, all in one time. You know what I mean? The same track.
Right.
And then so I was hearing that they were kind of, you know, showing it off how the different instruments would be breaking down. You know what I mean? Through the way that they were seeing it.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, I can relate to that. That's true. Like, you can, for real, once you know, or once you've been listening to, or once you know you fuck with this more, you can break things down. So let's say, like, if you were to play me a song like the one you were showing me, I'm able to kind of like, it's kind of like a stem break, like on your brain. You feel me? And then I even learned how to do it on FL, how to break the stems, where if you want to clean it, you can go back and do that.
Okay.
But let's say, like, from me hearing anything or knowing that something needs to be stronger or harder, or it needs something, then, like, all right, maybe we can add this to have some more sauce to it. And then it could help a lot bring out what you're trying to do.
Right.
Because, like I told my brother, too, he's recently trying to, write and try to put himself out, with words and finding a beat and so on. But I said, bro, you can write, you can do whatever you want, right? But if you don't know how to deliver it, you don't know how to do that, then there's no point.
Right. You
got to really know how to craft it. So I said, all right, then write what you got to write. I'll help you what you got to do. But when you deliver it, your voice sounds kind of like this. So you gotta learn how to like tone your voice. You know what I mean? Like you gotta
Right,
know how
right.
to even have to not fake your voice, but change it up a bit.
Right.
You gotta make sure it fits with whatever it is.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
your
you
voice
can't
sounds like that.
have no deep ass voice like this talking about I love you, baby.
Because then at that point, if you're gonna sound like that, there's things that you can auto tune your voice. You can change your key of your tone of. I don't know. There's so many things you can do to
Right.
that to fix your shit, even if it's not good. You know what I mean?
Especially with technology
Yeah.
nowadays,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit's crazy. You could do anything you want now. You could make a dude sound like a chick, a chick
Yeah.
sound like a dude.
Yeah.
You could.
I've done it before.
Like that AI
before.
shit.
I've done it before, man.
Yeah.
So now we talking about like how you do the stems and you can break it down in your brain, right? So like, are you like a visual? Is like so you just visually do it, or like how does that work to you?
It's like all through the mind, right? And the homies or anyone who does not understand what I'm trying to say, because they're all like blank, faces when I'm telling them this. I would draw it for them. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm like, this is where the song, like, think of like a ruler, right? A ruler starts from here. I'm like, this is where your song is. This is where it ends. This is where you're adding this. It's kind of like doing like what's the blueprint of whatever the song is,
Right.
And then I'm like, this is what I'm trying to say, and hopefully you know what I'm trying to say from this. And then most of the time they will understand that.
Hell yeah.
So like you know how to read music?
Hell no.
No, okay, because it sounded like you knew how to read music. That's why I was like, oh shit, hold
I
on,
feel like
wait.
maybe I'm like 2 levels below trying to learn. I mean, understand, like
Right.
read music. I want to though. Music theory and all that would be sick, so I can learn how to play keys and all that.
Have you ever played instruments?
Nah.
No, you ain't never been in like you was
No, but I
never
want to.
in band in middle elementary or whatever.
I played snare in high school, but I don't think that counts.
I mean, hey, you learned how to read music. I mean, you learned how
Oh
to.
yeah, I can still learn how to do the notes. Like if I were to read off of that.
Okay.
But with the more percussion though.
Right,
Like
right,
if it's
right.
like wind and all that, I can't do it.
I remember doing that shit back at elementary school. I was what is that shit called? The clarinet. I was Squidward in this motherfucker.
Squidward. I used to play the alto saxophone.
Yeah.
Saxophone is nice. They sound nice.
Hell yeah. I remember doing that shit. I remember, man, my everybody mad as hell. You get home from work, you gotta practice. I mean, you get home from school and you gotta practice and everything. So you in your room in there making all this damn noise. Everybody, take that shit outside.
I done heard that plenty of times.
For real.
The thing that sucks is that you wish you had somebody at the house too who knows how to play.
Yeah.
Because if you're on your own, for sure, you're gonna annoy everybody. 'Cause,
Right.
you know,
Well, and with my family or whatever, with the clarinet, it got passed down through. I want to say everybody in my family. My mom used it. I know for sure my brother used it. I don't know if my sister did, but I know I used it as well. So I mean, like we all knew how to, but I don't know what it was. I just music just wasn't my thing. I guess I just never really had the rhythm, the vibe. Like it just wasn't me. And like growing up, they were trying to, well, not growing up per se, but as I got a little older, they was trying to get me into drill teams and all of this to do the drums and everything. And it just, I don't know, that was never my thing. I was never able to pick apart music like that, like to be able to be that part of it.
I auditioned for a marching band for high school, right?
Yeah.
So you had to do a tryout, you had to do a class beforehand, and I didn't pass. They said you can do the cymbals. And I said I give up. And I went to gym right after that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wanted to learn how to play that. Look how everyone was out there in the field, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I was like, I don't want to play no
See,
cymbals.
I was
I mean,
the
and I
opposite.
like it. Like, when me and my girl go to the parades and everything, that's the only thing we look for is the drill teams and shit. That's the only reason
That's
we
what you
ever
really
go
wanna
to
see.
parades for. Yeah, like
what
that's
you
the
wanna
only
see.
thing good at the parades nowadays.
See them
Like,
kill that shit. You're like, oh shit, hell yeah,
Right,
y'all, that's
right.
good.
You
Hear the drums and shit, hear the songs,
Right.
hear the beats of the songs and stuff. Yeah, I was in high school when I was going to ninth grade. I was I didn't want to be in marching band. I told my counselor or whatever, whoever makes the fucking
yeah, your counselor.
Yeah. I told the counselor, like, because she was like, oh, yeah, because you'll be so good for marching. I don't want to be in marching. I wanted to be in jazz.
Okay.
So I was like, man, I want to do jazz. Like, I've always liked jazz, So I was like, man, I want to be in the jazz band. Like, I don't want to do marching band. I don't want to have to fucking come from right here to the end of the table and take 50 steps. That's stupid.
Right.
And I don't want to do the formations and all that shit. And then she
Yeah.
still put me in marching band. So then that's when I stopped fucking with the alto saxophone.
Oh, damn. What would you say would be like? Where do you go for inspiration on things? Like you just listen to more music, or you just kind of how you get your inspiration for things?
To be honest, it's life. Anything that hits, like me sitting over here, right? Say if I get inspired by it, I would draw it.
Okay.
And then it would be used first, you know what I mean? Or it's just a sketch to have.
Hell
So
yeah.
like usually what you go around or what you see is what I get inspired by.
So you a drawer? You a actual artist too?
Yeah. So I can draw too. Like I've been drawing since like elementary.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
dope as hell.
Like I remember vividly, like the people ask me, "Can you draw this for me? Can you draw this for me?" Yeah.
You was that kid. Hey, draw this for me.
I can't even draw a straight line to
I
save
got
my
no
damn
shorties
life.
in that though. No shorties in that from that shit.
Yeah.
That took advantage of me.
Don't they always? They still do it to this day. My own wife do it, damn it.
And she do a damn good job. They all do. Mines do too. I don't feel
Man,
bad.
that's what they put on this earth for, is to take advantage of us. I swear to God. That shit don't make no sense.
Not even to humble us.
But so if that's, you get your inspiration from life or whatever, but like when you listening to the music though, like how you just was listening to his song and you was able to be like, this is what it missing.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that, if you ever listen to Kanye, he always has like someone in the background singing or somebody, or think of like a choir, you know what I mean?
Right.
That type of noise, you know what I mean? It doesn't really, like, what's the word? It's like not part of my culture, but I love the way that sounds like on music. But I feel like a lot of Kanye and the way that he does his production is like a lot of like where a lot of my creativity goes into. Same thing with like Travis Scott or like The Weeknd. I feel like those are my top three, and then maybe Drake would be at the end because I grew up with like Young Money.
Okay. Yeah.
So like
yeah.
YH is like Young Harley, right? Young Money. That's the inspiration behind that.
Okay.
And then Tonio Travis is my dad's name, Tonio, and Travis Scott. So it's like the two T's merged together.
Right.
And then for real, it's just always like whoever I look up to, whoever I listen to, whoever I'm around, it's like the biggest inspirations I can get.
Hell yeah. Is there anybody artist-wise locally that's like gave you your biggest help, your biggest inspiration, the one that opened the doors for you the most? Like, who's been your biggest help as a local artist?
Let's say, I don't know how to explain it. I don't think necessarily there's help, but there is like, you learn off of what they do.
Right.
And then that's how you build off with one another. I don't necessarily would like to say help, but without a doubt, it's like Dre Day Machiavelli. Like the same dude who I say, hey, I had the program. Just by being around him, I had a fake to know what I was doing, how to record, you know what I mean, on the spot.
Right.
And I didn't even have like the proper equipment. He couldn't hear himself on the headset. It was all
No
laggy
monitor,
when we tried to do it, you know what I mean? I use
Uh-huh.
USB ports, you know, whatever you call them.
Right.
And then now I have like the aux now where everything's like time where you can hear yourself in real time.
Yeah.
Big transition for sure. But as long I don't even like mix or record as much. I've been taking it more somewhere else. But like with that dude Alfonso you're talking about,
Yep.
I took Dre
Shout
there,
out Alfonso.
and because of this dude named Young Ian. I don't know if y'all heard of Young Ian,
No, I don't think I've heard.
but he records with him, and he also is Salvadorian. So I was like, all right, representation right there. Let's just try to work something out.
Hell yeah.
So then I told him, hey, you want to be in part of a song? Showed him it, and then he recorded his bit. And but I'm like, bro, you sound better if you were just like the feature at the end. And I showed him like, so I don't know how to say it, but we did different takes on everything, right? And I just merged them all together like a draft. I'm like, this is what it will sound like, even though it shouldn't sound like this though.
Right.
But like an idea, and then this is where you would come into play by the transition. And then that's how that's like the same thing with like drawing it out, the same thing of like trying to break it in your brain and trying to tell somebody else, hey, this is what I think, this is what it would form out, sound harder if you added with this. But just like being like, there's some people who know how to do more better than I can. That's why I went to Alfonso. Like as soon as the homie was singing, he knew how to stack the vocals and it sounded like a blend. Like it sounded beautifully.
Yeah, that's one
and
thing.
the way I did it, it wasn't good.
That's one thing we was talking about Alfonso too, is like the way he can.
That motherfucker's, he's good.
Yeah, it was
Motherfucker's
crazy. He was he showed me this video of this girl, like she was singing, but like he went and kind of like harmonized her singing a little bit more, and it was just like being able to do that kind of stuff. Like,
and it was like on the fly. That's the crazy thing.
And then
it's
added like
he heard it once
pianos
and then
in
put it
there and
and
like, and just was crazy. Would you ever open up a studio, or you kind of just?
Yeah, so Tonio Travis is a name, right? But like the foundation would be YH Studios.
Okay.
So let's say if anything we do, like music video production, whatever, we can hire people, get people around, you know what I mean, to be in it. But that'd be like the main thing. And mainly is to have like me and my brothers be in it, like our platform, our playground, you feel me?
Right.
And YH, since we're all H's, you know what I mean? Like my name is Tonio Travis, right? But real name is Harley.
Okay.
So it's Harley, Harvey, and Harold. And since we're all H's, I'm like, bro, just attach the Y to it so we can all be like in the same group.
Right.
And then now my brother's now like DYH, like my little brother. Think of like Spider-Man to Miles Morales, you know, he passed it down. That's how I felt like with him. Like, all right, I'm gonna change my name, change everything, but I want you to be that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
BYH.
keep it. You know, keep it alive. Don't let it die. It's just not me no more.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I felt like he has taken it, like he would make his own symbols with it, draw his characters with it. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, it's kind of see something that branched off from like what you thought or what I created, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Into another mind, to a kid who can do it way better, you know what I mean?
Right. The creative mind is different than ours, you know, so they see everything a little different than we do.
Yeah.
So you keep you know, you into music, you into all of this. I think it's about that time. I want to hear one of your beats you got going, man.
Yeah.
I want to hear what
So,
you got.
y'all, so I knew you guys were through Zarati.
Right.
And then Zarati, I met him 2 years ago. And then from this day, I feel like we are cool. We dab each other up. We see each other at shows. I'm about to see him right now in the show I'm about to go to after this.
Okay.
He's performing, and he's always showed mad love to everything.
Hell yeah.
So like the shooting the music video, since it's gonna be him and his people in it, I want him to be the one shooting it too, so we can all be, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I like the way he does his recordings. It feels like it doesn't feel pro, but it feels like, I don't know how to explain it. There's like a cinematic to it. Like there's like, think of stock pro comparing to like cinematic pro.
Right.
He's good at that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, so when I first showed him the beat, I feel like he knew what to do with it already. And then he invited all of his homies. It was a session, right? It was just him and I, and then his homies came. All of them went in the booth one by one. And that's how we created it. But this is not the song. I feel like we're going to go back and redo it, but this is the beat. So it samples my grandma as, like, she does I don't know if you guys know about, like, the Father, Son, Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
But she says it in Spanish.
Okay.
And I made all these beats through my phone. And I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. You know? But it sounds better with like bass.
Right. It's got to have an actual hit to it, yeah.
But it's more darker. That's what I wanted like the project be about. It's just that darkness of going through all that.
Right, yeah.
And then she'll say 3 things, you know what I mean? I chopped it up where she'll say the beginning of it, same prayer thing, right? But I just chopped it up to like beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
But with Zarati, since he knows how to do production as well, he chopped the beat up, put it back in, you know what I mean? With the homies all hopping in.
Right.
And then I feel like it's like 2 brains together merging. And I'm like, bro, we gotta do more at some point.
Hell yeah.
And I've been having him meet other locals too and bringing them along too, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly how it should be. That's literally how it should be.
But what do you guys think?
I think that shit hard. I think it do need some bass. You know, we need to feel the bass to, you know, get the full feeling of it.
But I was over here.
That shit seemed pretty dope, especially with the prayer at the beginning. That shit was actually nice. Like, I don't know what it is, but having those different ad libs and everything going in there, like instead of the normal pop bang, y'all know what it is. You know, like, you know, the same dumb shit that everybody do, like.
Yeah, I was over here grooving to it. I'm sitting up here. I'm thinking of my own shit in my head. Like, okay.
Yeah, you could definitely get jiggy with that for real. But okay, so we got another little segment that we doing here. You know, we coming up. We about to be wrapping it up here soon. But this segment here, you know, is kind of, I brought it to the table to get to understand how people think, how they mind work or whatever. So would you rather game. We all gonna get 2 cards. We get to pick what we would rather do out of the 2 cards. Again, just to kind of see how you think about different situations and everything. So Let's see what we got in here. Those is all backwards. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is there any local artists that you've heard of that you want to work with?
T-Dro.
T-Dro?
We already have a song together, but this is for like the Fuck Cancer project. I want him on it.
Hell
But
yeah.
to get to them, I have to go through his side of things.
Okay.
But since I've been coming closer with them, I'm trying to work like some sort of agreement that I'll do all this for y'all if you just give me him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody grab 2 cards. Pick any 2.
Can we read them?
Yep, so how we gonna do this is we gonna start over there with Teasy. He's gonna read his 2 cards out loud. He's gonna give his opinion on what he would rather do and why he would rather do it. And then you're gonna give your opinion on his cards. I'm gonna give my opinion on his cards. Then you'll read your cards.
Both of them?
Yep, you'll read both of them, what you would rather do out of the 2, and then we'll same thing. I'll say what I would rather do out of your cards. He'd say it, whatever.
But we have to admit though, like what we would do. Like,
Yeah, what would you rather do, and then why would you rather do it compared to the other one? So TZ,
Alright,
go
so
ahead,
I'm
show them how it's done.
Would you rather spend every day on an airplane, or would you rather be unable to wash your clothes ever again? All right, so this time I think I would go with washing my clothes ever again, just because I feel like I could get some new clothes.
Just go
easily.
buy some new clothes. Yeah.
I feel like I could just buy new clothes
Right.
easily. Or
being
people can give me clothes, because I get a lot of people that give me clothes all the time.
Because being stuck on a plane, bro, like
I don't want to be stuck on a plane.
I guess
every
the
day.
big thing would be though is the plane moving.
Even still, I still don't want to be stuck on it. I don't want to have to spend every day on the plane. Like I don't want to have to go and be like, oh yeah, I gotta come shoot the podcast. Hold on, no, Caleb, even if I gotta touch the plane for 2 seconds on the inside. Oh, I gotta go to the airplane real quick.
Or we gotta start doing a podcast on the airplane.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't even got that type of money to do that. I'm broke.
Without a doubt, go buy clothes.
Yeah, just go buy new clothes. Fuck washing them. I wear them. You can wear your clothes twice without washing them, and then just go buy some new ones. Fuck it. What you got?
We both read.
Yep.
Have 2 personalities, but completely unaware of your other self. Reveal your first impression of everyone the moment you see them a second time. Reveal your first impression of everyone the moment. That's kind of hard to. It's like a mind fuck. I don't understand that.
Let me see. Reveal your first impression of everyone the moment you see them a second time. Okay, so when you see somebody the first time, you see how they is. The next time you see them, you have to tell them about themselves, pretty much.
You gotta be like, oh yeah, last time when I seen you, you was just an ignorant asshole, and I don't really like you. You'd have to like say that, or if you thought they was dope, you had to be like, oh yeah, I thought you was a dope person the first time I seen you.
I ain't gonna lie on both of them. I can relate to both. Like, I have like 2 personalities. The other guy, I don't even remember what he does sometimes. And then, like, I always tell people how they are when I meet them, regardless. Like, it has to be a right time. I can't just say, hey, bro, you're a this and that. You're a this and that.
You're a dickhead.
I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, get this guy out of here. Like, after some time, like, all right, this is what I think of you.
Hell yeah.
Right away.
Right. So what would you rather do?
I'd rather tell the person about like when
about
I see
themselves.
Him again.
Hell yeah.
Me too. That's what I'd rather do, because I'd just be like, bro, the first time I met you, I thought you was a fucking dickhead,
right?
Bro.
But because the biggest problem with the other one is not knowing your second personality. Like,
when does it come out?
Yeah, when does it come out? You know what I'm saying?
Like
when do you turn into the asshole that's fucking
You're gonna be
schizophrenic out here going nuts or whatever, or like
that movie Split.
Right,
you remember that movie Split? He had different personalities and shit.
Like, and you don't know that other one, so you like, when are you acting a fool? When are you not? Like,
when oh shit, here come Teasy. Is it gonna be cool Teasy today or?
But see, like, I feel like that's how women are. They got 10 different personalities and they only know one.
Pretty much.
They be like, I wasn't
remember one.
I wasn't even acting like. Yes, you was.
Yes, you was. That's you.
All right. Would you rather wear zombie face paint at all times or have huge wings on your back but be unable to fly?
Oh, that's gay.
I'm gonna wear the zombie face paint all the time.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
already ugly, so fuck it.
Because like with zombie face paint, it could be kind of funny, or like even if it's like, oh, this dude weird.
Well, and you
It's
got
just
a
how
whole
you
bunch
weird
of
a little
different
bit.
types of zombies too. You know what I'm saying? So like, you could switch it up to a whole bunch of different shit. Like,
And I'd like
That's
to have
loophole to
wings.
that.
Yeah.
You can change your you can change your makeup all the time.
exactly. You know, so
To be able to have wings on your back, but not be able to fly,
huge wings too.
I'd be so. Can I at least glide?
No, you can't do nothing.
It's like cut them off. You ever seen X-Men where the dude has the wings, he had to chop his wings off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
Or like, you ever seen
Unnecessary.
Lucifer?
The show?
Yeah.
Kinda.
How they just how they got them big ass wings or whatever, but you can never use them.
What?
that's stupid.
But why? What was their purpose behind that?
Well, they could actually use theirs. I'm just using that as an example for the size of the wings, like, you know, but not being able to use
Yeah,
them.
fuck that.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
I'm gonna wear the zombie
Maybe if
face
I could
paint.
glide, I'd be like, all right, I'd rather be able
It's
to
say
glide.
unable
a little
to
bit.
fly, so like you'd have to
So
climb
maybe
up.
I could glide?
You'd have to climb up onto something to jump off and glide.
But yeah, if I could go to the Empire State Building and just glide the fuck down, that'd still be dope.
well, yeah, but you're gonna climb up that motherfucker every time.
I could take the elevator. I take the elevator and then go to the top and then jump up. I'm like, yay! But like, if it's like, no, you can't glide, no nothing.
I'd be too scared of heights to even glide. Fuck all that. Yeah, I'm scared of heights. I can't.
Even with a ladder, I'm like, fuck.
Man, just getting on the roof of my house, I'd be like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I
real,
understand
for
that.
real.
I understand that.
Yeah, fuck all of that. But yeah, man, it was real nice having you on here though. You know, getting to know you a little bit. Feel free anytime. Like I said, you could watch back through all of our videos we had on here. Feel free to hit anybody up. You know, the worst thing they can say is no.
Yeah.
I feel
You
like a
might
lot
be-
of people.
You might be surprised. You might
Yeah.
be some motherfuckers that say yes, bro.
Right.
You ever played on like any type of game, right, where it's a map and you have to unlock certain parts of the map, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it feels like with this. So you got to unlock the
Yeah.
map, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, the best thing to do is at least try though. You know, you can talk to somebody and you may not. You know, they might unlock that part of the map that you needed to unlock. You know, the
Real
part
shit.
the part of the game where you sitting here struggling to figure out what you got to do to get to the next level and all of that, and then you just and then you give up because you can't figure out how to get to the next level. When in the meantime, it was right in front of your face the whole time. You just wasn't paying attention to it. So, you know, I get it if you personally feel like you're just not ready to reach that level or whatever. But at the same time, no, your personal feelings of it is going to hold you back so much. Because I don't know, a lot of the times you're not going to get to the point where you feel comfortable enough reaching out to people. Because again, it feels like you're, I don't want to say begging, but like you seem like you're needy or whatever when you're reaching out to people sometimes like that, or you'll feel that way at least. Let me put it that way.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, but again, like you just got to explain to yourself, explain to them who you are, what you trying to do, what they can bring to the table for what you trying to do, and go from there. And again, the worst thing you can hear is no. We done heard no about people coming on here.
Plenty of times.
We done had people not show up to
No,
come
all
on
types of
here.
shit.
You know, we done had a lot of shit happen. But at the end of the day, though, we can at least say we tried. You know, the worst thing that'll ever happen to you is you moving down in the line and looking back like, damn, I should have tried.
Yep.
You
That
know,
regret shit is
that shoulda,
crazy.
coulda, woulda shit is just ridiculous, and a lot of people just die off of it for real, because they just, the last thing you want to do is die in regret.
Like I saw this video recently where it was Pharrell talking to somebody, right? He's like, hey, don't take it personal, but just don't be emotional. It's like if someone dies or something like this, you get it, baby's born, you get it.
Right.
But just cut off emotions when it comes to like this type of business or
Right.
anything. Because if you're out here stuck in your feelings and you don't want to do the pod no more, you don't want to do this,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, what are you doing it for,
Like,
bro?
You gotta literally toughen it up
Yeah.
no matter what you're going through.
Only thing I would
You
say-
have to light that on fire under your ass sometimes, because you ain't gonna always have somebody to keep lighting it for you. You gotta turn around and light that motherfucker
Only thing I
sometimes.
would say is like put a little portfolio together like that's on your phone where you don't have to go to like internet or nothing, because you know sometimes phones stop fucking working or whatever, just crazy stupid shit happens. So like put a little portfolio together on your phone, so like when you talking to somebody you can already just have it up, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be like, oh hey man, you know I do this is how I do it, listen to this song real quick, look at this visual, I helped with this, I helped do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then people will take you more serious as well. So that'll help you kind of break the ice with people when you trying to.
Well, kind of just like how you kind of did it when to get on to here. You know, you sent me examples of what you do.
Exactly.
All of that, like, and that's the best way to get out there. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised on how many more people you can get into your shit, because the visions you got, you need to start using them.
All you gotta do is show people that you serious. Use your mouthpiece and show your work.
I ain't gonna lie, 4 years ago, no one would have believed me or listened to me.
All right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in again. We got Tonio Travis over here, man of all talents. If y'all need some visuals, y'all need somebody to add a little, you need somebody to review your music before you put it out. You feel like something missing, hit him up. Man of plenty of talents, man. He can connect you with certain people. He could be the connect you need. Again, feel free to hit him up. Tonio Travis, man.
Thank y'all for having me, for real.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's one hell of experience. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Feel free. Hopefully we can have you back on in a couple months or whatever. See what you done worked on.
Yeah,
see how much you done grown and everything and whatnot. So hell yeah, man. Again, thank you for joining on the pod today.
Shake y'all hand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. That's gonna wrap this one up. Make sure to like, comment, and follow, and drink responsibly.
Cause we don't.
Cause he don't.
You see, I'm gone. Shit. It is what it is.